Today I want to tell you how you can find friends. Hi guys, I hope that you can hear me well. As you can see, I have a new update because I have headphones now, so you can hear me even better. And this kind of reminds me of a podcast. And you know what? With every of my closest friends, I have this talk. We should start a podcast together. Our conversations are so interesting on a emotionally intelligent level. Maybe you will see some videos with my friends one day. And that's on the topic of friends. Today I had a talk with one of my closest about friendships. I feel like the older we get, it is harder for us to find friends. At some point in our lives, we have the feeling that we need to change. And when we change, our surrounding also needs to change for the better. Sometimes it just doesn't fit well. Change is a part of life, of everything. When it comes to plants, when they're growing, when it comes to us, when we are growing, we are never going to be the same. And some of y'all might still have people who say, you changed a lot. Of course. Duh. It would be weird if you wouldn't change as a person, so don't feel bad about that. Also, you don't need to feel bad if you feel like you need new friendships and new friends, because our surrounding is so important. Maybe you know this quote, which is called, show me 5 of your closest friends and I'm going to tell you what kind of person you are. So important for our mental well-being. People in my surroundings are so important for my happiness, for my well-being. And every time I reflect on the meaning of life, I always need to think about love and the people that I have within my life, that they play a very important part. Let's get down to business. How can we get more friends? And how can we detach from people that do not belong into our lives anymore? Change is uncomfortable, but it is a part of growth. First of all, how can we get rid of people that do not belong into your life? One easy step, and probably also the only step that you need to take, is to just be yourself. Being yourself is so important when it comes to other people. You know this feeling when you detach with someone and once you just never see them again, ways aren't crossing each other anymore because it's not aligning with each other anymore. And if you just don't do anything and just let things be and don't contact anymore, then sometimes it just happens from their own. Or what you can also do is, of course, to confront it and talk to them about it, which some people might not do. So it is fine to tell someone that you just think that it doesn't work out anymore for you because things have changed and you have grown out of it. That is totally fine too. So when it comes to finding friends, first of all, social media. I know that some people might think that social media is the opposite of a blessing, since it is even harder for people to find friends. Everyone is in their homes, but everything has their pros and cons. And I feel like it is even harder for people who are much older than us and are in a other generation. And I see it on a daily basis when it comes to my mother. I feel like it's really hard for her to find friends. It also takes a lot of courage, especially for an introvert. But I feel like through social media, we have more access or ways to connect with people that are very similar to us. Through social media, you can meet people, for example, through apps. First of all, you can express yourself through social media. When you post something, then post who you are, yourself, your interests, who you are, what you like, because then you're going to attract the people that are going to truly like you. Second of all, through social media, I would recommend you to use Bumble BFF because I've also tried that out. It's something like a dating app, but only for friendships. Basically, you can just tell other people who you are, you can put some pictures on there, and it's a fun way to meet new friends if you have the feeling that it's really embarrassing to do so. Just remember, you're not the only one who's feeling that way. There are also a lot of other people, and actually everyone on this app had to overcome this feeling of shame and this uncomfortable feeling of, damn, I really need to do that. That is kind of sad. Yeah, but that's what needs to be done. If you want your life to change, you need to do things that you have never done before. And no, people are not going to enter into your life by doing nothing, by just staying in your room. Another website that I can really recommend you, especially when you can speak more than one language, is Talks. I can speak German fluently, I can speak English fluently, and what I'm trying to learn is Khmer. my mother language, and I just got this app, and I found so many people from Cambodia who are trying to learn more English, more German, so I can help them with it and they can help me. And that's so cool. I found so many people. If you want to connect with people with the same roots as you can just get this app. It's really cool. You can call with them, you can talk with them. I think that's a really nice way because we mostly look for friends who are very similar to us, but of course, it's not a must. You can also just talk to some strangers who want to learn your language and you can help them a little. So it's a win-win situation. Another thing, if you have friends or a few people that you look up to, maybe you can look on the follower list who they are following. For example, you have a friend and you feel like, oh, she's like the only person that is just like me. Just look who she follows, and maybe you are going to find some people who you are even more interested in, and maybe you can connect there too. Just write them. It's not that people are going to come into your life by doing nothing. Also, not with the love of your life. Your love of the life is not going to knock on your door one day. It would be fun, but it's not like that. Express yourself through social media, and then people are going to find you, just like I do right now on social media. Like, I hope that I can help someone out there who needs this. This would be the social media era. I feel like it's really hard to find people who are the same city as us. Go out. You have to go out. If not social media, go out. Write a list where you would want to go. You don't have to go there with your already said this really often in the few videos that I already posted that I like to go out by myself a lot. But what I would recommend you is to write down a list with things that you always wanted to do, and then you just go to those places. Where would the people be that you look up to, especially when you are on this self-improvement journey? You want to read more? Go into a library. You want to find people who are this kind of people? Go there. Try out new things. You want to stop partying, but you want to find creative people? Go to a thrift store. Try to look on Instagram if they have like sites where they show you which activities you can do in your city. So you live in New York, they're probably going to have an Instagram with activities and things that you can do in New York. So if you find something cool, just go. There are going to be a lot of people who are going there by their own, and you're going to meet people. And even if not, that's okay. Then maybe the next time. And even if not, you did something for yourself and you found out something about yourself by just doing the things that you really like to do personally. Book this flight again. You see, maybe it's not something new that I'm going to tell you. People who want to find out more about themselves are going on travels by themselves. Book this flight, go into the city where you want to go. I can tell you a little story. So one day I went to another city in Germany, which is like 10 hours away, and it was a really long ride, okay? So I had to drive with the bus, and it was so uncomfortable to me, I couldn't sleep at all. But my goal was to meet new people. And also on this bus ride, I couldn't sleep, and behind me was a girl who was really nice, and I asked her something. I don't remember what it was. I think I lost my AirPod. I asked her if she has seen it, and then we got into a conversation, and I couldn't sleep, and she was so nice. I got to sleep on her lap, like, because I wasn't able to sleep the last 10 hours. And she was also traveling by herself, and she was so kind. I still have her number, and so she was already one person. At this event where I went to by myself, I did not meet a lot of people, and I also did not like the people there since they were kind of judgy and stuff. It's something that I like personally. So, but at the end of the trip, there was like a salsa teacher and a couple which were dancing there, and it was so fun. And also, I was at this burger store, and there was this nice girl and her sibling outside of the event where I also met people who I got to talk with, and the energy just matched. I felt so comfortable to be myself. Just go out. You will never know. Even though if there are thousands of people, you're going to meet at least one. The same goes with Rolling Loud. I also met one or two nice people. Also, when I went out with my friends. You know, I think the most beautiful thing about going out by yourself is that you find this love that It's so different from this romantic love. It's like beautiful, genuine love. Just imagine you are going into another country and you see this one person who is selling like street food, and you get into a very beautiful conversation about their lives, about what they're doing. I just feel like it's such a beautiful connection. The thing that you should know is that you attract what you are. So depending on which energy you kind of give to other people, that's the same energy that you attract. It's important to shift your focus. If you want to change your life, you need to change your focus, your mindset. For example, you want to have friends, but at the end of the day, you're just in your room alone. You want to make steps towards the future, but you're just looking to the past. You want to see the light, but you're looking at the darkness. You want to find opportunities, but you're only looking at your fears. That's a crazy thought. Like that's yeah, it's hitting hard. You are going to find the people that belong into your life. Sometimes it just needs time. Think about this one book which is called The Alchemist, where this one guy decided to follow his dream even though he wasn't really believing in it at first, and then he came into such a beautiful pathway which he could have never imagined, where he meets people that inspire him, where he meets the love of his life, even though he thought the love of his life would be someone else. Just trust the timing of the universe, or trust the timing of God, trust the time of Allah, trust the time of you, trust your time. On a side note, I want to tell you, this solitude, the time of loneliness that you're going through, maybe it has a reason. Maybe you should use this time wisely to get to know yourself even more. Maybe it's not the time for relationships. Maybe it's not the time of being in groups all the time. Maybe you need to have this time right now to find out more about yourself, who you actually are. Because sometimes we let ourselves being defined by our environments or the people that are surrounding us. So it's uncomfortable at first, and it's also uncomfortable to do things alone. It's uncomfortable to set boundaries. It's uncomfortable to make wishes and really wish for certain things and people into our lives, but we find out so much about ourselves and reflect more on the things that you are actually feeling and the questions that you're asking yourself. You're going to find a way, and don't be too strict to yourself. You're going to find people. Sometimes it's just changing our environments, whether it is at work, when you feel like your workplace is not the place anymore where you are happy, which takes a lot of energy from you. It means that you just need to change it. Not just committing is not easy, but committing is something that gives us the most happiness. That's also in this book that I just mentioned. Okay, filming from my professional camera now, since I don't have any battery anymore, which happens all the time because I'm filming so late and very spontaneous. Don't expect from other people. And also, please do not let people from your past influence the way how you are to people you are going to meet in the future. At the end of the day, they don't deserve it. And it's okay to be hurt. And it happens as soon as we are vulnerable with other people. But that's just a risk that we are taking when we are with other people. If you are in this mode of always protecting yourself, always having this shield around yourself, so that no one hurts you, you cannot feel, you cannot love. It's really hard to be loved when you only have masculine energy. What is a better way to get along with something that happened to us in the past? First of all, feel your feelings. It is okay to feel, let yourself feel that. Second of all, don't let other people define who you are. If they hurt you, it's just a reflection of them. And third of all, there's nothing wrong with you. Stop thinking that. There is nothing wrong with you. There is a reason why you acted the way you acted, but there's nothing wrong with you. Stop gaslighting yourself. You are loved, and there is a place for you where people that love you so much are waiting for you. And I promise there is this place. We have so many people on earth, and I am just so excited when you are going to meet them. And that's something that I tell my friends every time. Like, I see that you're probably not at the right environment, but I'm just so happy for you because I know that you're going to find the people one day that really belong to your life. Believe in that, trust in that. Work on the things that you need to work on, and the people are going to come into your life. Try that. If you have more questions, ask them in the comments. My name is Savannah, and I hope that I was able to help you a little bit more. You are loved. Remember that. Tell it yourself. Give yourself the love that you deserve. Try to identify it. What do I want from my friends? Do I need physical touch? Do I need acts of service? Do those things for yourself. You are not alone. Also went through that. So you are not alone. And you're going to see in the comments somewhere else, you are not alone.